News coming in. Legendary ghazal singer Pankaj Udhas has passed away. He took his last breath today. He was 72 years old. Rishabh joins me for more on this. Rishabh, what do we know about the circumstances of his death?
As per the family statement that has come in, Naya Udas, his daughter, has taken to Instagram and has informed that Pankaj Udas, the legendary ghazal singer, took his last breath. Today he was, suffering from a prolonged illness, is what we are given to understand. And today he breathed his last. He has been someone across generations. So he has been famous. He has been legendary across generations, for someone in 80s to 90s to even millennials. Millennials have adored his singing. Who would forget his song Chithi Aayi Hai from the movie Naam that came in 1986, or for that matter, the songs that he sung for the famous movie Sergeant in 1990s. The way Pankaj Udhas has been favorites, a chart buster for decades, is something that India will always remember.
Right, and we already have tributes pouring in from his colleagues in his industry. We have Sonu Nigam, who was one of the first people to express his condolences. He says on his Instagram handle, and I quote, "One of the most important part of my childhood is lost today." Usha Uthup, another legendary singer, joins us now. Ma'am, your first thoughts on passing away of Pankaj Udhas?
Yes, absolute shocking news, and really devastated by this news, because we've been very, very good friends, very close actually, especially in the beginning of his career, and also closely associated because of my school teacher as well, who, they were related, my Hindi teacher. And I remember listening to his songs and his ghazals because he was such a simple human being. His music also was so simple. As in he kept, just doing antics and things like that on the stage. He just sang straight from the heart, whatever he felt, and how it had to be sung, whatever song. But in any case, I think the biggest song that he would be ever remembered for, besides all the amazing contribution he's made, I think the biggest, everybody would cry every time they listen to this song, Chithi Aayi Hai. It's just quite unbelievable. It's really, really, really sad. I hope that his family has, the strength to bear this terrible loss. And he is the one who really brought ghazals in such a simple way to the common man. It's just amazing, really. And what a fine personality. What a fine personality. Always so well-dressed, and there was one thing about him was that panache, he really sang stylishly. He was a very, very stylish human being, and
Right.
yes, I think it's a huge loss for the fraternity.
Right, a huge loss for the fraternity as well as for his fans. His voice has echoed the sentiments of thousands and lakhs of people across the country. Like you mentioned, that song that almost became an anthem for all the Indians who were outside of their country, away from their motherland or their families, perfectly voicing their feelings of pain there. I'm also joined on the broadcast by Hansraj Hans and Malini Awasthi. Malini ji, पहले आपके पास आते हैं. What is your favorite memory of Pankaj Udhas? How will he live from here on in your memories?
I'm still in shock. It's an unbelievably tragic news. I can't cope up with this. This is very, very tragic. This is unbelievable, because he was very hale and hearty, active, and very careful about his health. And I just do not know how this happened. And he was very active with his performances. And all I want to say as a singer, as an artist, what Pankaj Udhas ji managed to achieve was, extraordinary, because he came at a time when ghazal was at its peak, and with stalwarts like Mehdi Hasan Sahab, Ghulam Ali ji, and Jagjit Singh Sahab around, he made a great space for himself. He created his own style with a very soft voice and very easier shairi, which were easier to understand for a common people. And he had a simplicity in his soul, which also carried in his renditions and his ghazals. And perhaps this is one of the reasons, whichever song he crooned with, be it films or ghazals or geet, Chandi Jaisa Rang ya Ghungaru Toot Gaye, they were instantly, they were hit, they were loved by people. And I think today, when success has become very short-lived, it's amazing to see how Pankaj Udhas ji, for generations, he created such a niche for himself. It's a sad day. All I will say is my humble pranam and shraddhanjali to him. I had a great fortune to know him personally, and I wish to share something over here personally. I created a song which I dedicated to my father. And I wanted to do an interview with him, with various singers, where they talk about the impact of their father in their life. And Pankaj ji immediately agreed. And when we spoke, he said...
Right, a lot of fond memories he leaves behind. One of the characteristics that finds repeated mention is that he was a very simple man. Hans Raj Hans, is that also how you would remember Pankaj Udhas? Okay, I've lost Hans Raj Hans, but Javed Ali now joins us on the broadcast. One of the things that strikes me about Pankaj Udhas is that he's managed to stay relevant through generations, whether it was Chitti Hai earlier or later when he launched the album Zara Ahista Kijiye Baatein. There was a completely different generations that he appealed to, completely different genres as well. Javed Ali.
Hello.
Yes, Mr. Ali, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. First of all, मैं लंदन में हूँ. मैं बहुत दुखी हूँ. मुझे अभी पता चला कि पंकज जी नहीं रहे हैं. तो मैं एक ऐसी पर्सनालिटी जिन्होंने अपनी नॉट ओनली अपनी कला से बल्कि अपनी पर्सनालिटी से भी लोगों का बहुत दिल जीता है, और उन्होंने अपने काम से, अपनी हुनर से हमारे देश का भी बहुत नाम रोशन किया है. और एज अ पर्सन मैं उनको बहुत अच्छे से जानता था. इतने हम्बल इंसान, मुझे लगता है कि एक आर्टिस्ट के साथ साथ एक इंसान ऐसा होना चाहिए जैसे वो थे. मैं बहुत बहुत दुखी हूँ. ये अभी मुझे पता चला. रियली टच्ड.
Right, extreme loss, irreplaceable loss for the music industry in passing away of Pankaj Udhas.